What's popping?
What's going on?
Shoot, nothing much. This type of conversation. I just picked this back up. I mentioned you. Um, I mentioned to you about this in the past. Just what I'm doing to bring light on some of the artists here in the city. Whether you're from here or not. If you repping here and you going hard, I feel like this is the platform. You know, for people to hear you, not just run into your music, but just know a little bit about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, for those that don't know who you are, kind of explain like who is Luck the artist.
Luck the artist. That's a great question. Luck the artist. Luck the artist. I'm just an artist that really just I put my I feel like in my music I display who I really am in real life.
Facts.
Ain't no facades, you know what I'm saying? You kind of get a feel to who I really am as a person. I talk about what I want to do in life. I talk about my experiences. And I don't really I get personal sometimes. I don't really get embarrassed by talking about the struggles I done been through. And I ain't too shy to talk about what I really want. Even if it sound crazy, you feel me? Or you know where we from, you know what I'm saying? Ain't too many rich
Yeah.
people here. Don't too many big name rappers come from here, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think shit is possible. So you can feel that energy out through my music.
Facts. You speak a lot of personal things like you said, but it's a lot of pain. Like not pain, but like pain. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like like some vintage. Like you done been through a lot.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it purposely written down when you go into making a song? Like you say, yeah, I'm gonna include this, or it kind of just we're hearing a beat and hearing the chorus, like when you write your verse, that it
Yeah.
just make you get personal.
I think it's the feel of the song first, but sometimes you just kind of get in them modes. Like when I heard Confessions, initially, I ain't gonna lie, I was inspired by a Jeezy song called Therapy for My Soul. And I'm like, damn, he just kind of expressing his experiences with all these people and just in life. He kind of just venting, he expressing stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I should make something similar to this, but in my way. And that's how Confessions came about. I was just thinking one day, like, damn, I kind of feel away about these certain things.
Yeah,
Let me pin them down and record them. And it took me, I recorded it so fast. I wrote it fast and then I recorded it quick, you know what I'm saying? That's how I
yeah,
knew it was natural. And I didn't edit no lyrics after that. I used the original, vocals from that morning, you know what I'm saying, when I did it.
crazy.
And everybody loves it. And I'm like, damn, this is just me. It ain't no facade. It ain't me just saying some shit I want people to hear or I think people gonna like. It was just really damn, this is really me. And people embraced it.
For
That's how I knew
sure.
I had something.
Yeah, like to me, like you had multiple singles. I mean, to me, I'm not sure if you put music out on other platforms before, but I really got hip
Yeah,
to when you got to dropping stuff on Apple Music
yeah,
and things like that. So I started like 2019.
yeah.
Um, you know, and then you drop The Realist.
Yeah,
That's when you really got me for real. I don't know if it was the picture you got with it, you know what I'm saying, from the photo shoot,
yeah,
but The Realist really drove me to really be a fan. I was a fan,
damn,
but like that real, I'm like, oh man, he really talking about some real stuff. Like, so
yeah.
what went into that process?
That song, I kind of heard the beat and I'm like, damn, I gotta go, you know what I'm saying? I gotta be aggressive on this song, but I also gotta talk about some deep shit, you know what I'm saying? Just the vibe of the beat, you know what I'm saying? It kind of drove me to just, I don't know, it just poured my heart onto the beat, you know? I don't want to sound cliche or no shit like that, but
That's what it be like.
yeah, it was the beat really. I guess the beat, I just feel in the beat and I just let my mind just take me where it take me. I don't try to over playing those songs or kind of you know, think too hard about it. I just let it flow.
Yeah, let it go. That's when you make the best music.
Yeah.
to me. You know what I'm saying? When it's true to heart. You know what I'm saying?
Uh huh.
Like, cause it ain't no lies, ain't no facade, like you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With your most recent project, how close were you? You know, on the Never Been Perfect project,
Yeah.
how close were you to going with no features? You know what I'm saying? Because you only got 2 features on it.
Yeah.
Was it always like I'm gonna have people on this, or were you gonna do it alone at first?
I was gonna do it alone at first. I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah,
I want to say growing apart came about because my friend Navon, shout out Navon, he told me you need a female presence on this song. So I kind of reached out to somebody that I seen posting music on my Twitter timeline. She pulled up. Shout out Jay Natalie, appreciate you.
shout out Jay Natalie for real.
And she pulled up on me and she recorded just several different vocals for me to choose from, and I chopped them up myself. Crazy part is I lost the file to the song, my computer. Like I
Man,
could have been bought me like a Mac or something, but I kind of like I'm one of them people that I just like the struggle made me grind. So I still use
yeah,
my old Windows computer from like 2015. I was just on it. It'd be freezing up, but like it's something about that just make me just still stay hungry.
yeah, for
So I
sure.
had to I had to copy and paste the vocals because I sent them in the email. So actually, I had to re-download the vocals, put the beat back onto the I use a platform called Cubase, and I had to drag them all back piece by piece. So like, yeah, that song was really, I really wanted that on there. You could tell because I had to really piece it all the way back together from scratch,
For
and
sure.
I also had to choose which vocals we was gonna keep from her, and I re-recorded my verses like so many different times. And then the song with Law came about. How Back Together came about was I had a song completely finished, but like I loved the hook, but I wasn't like crazy about my verses. So I just recorded a verse and I'm like, man, I feel like Law would go crazy on this, you know what I'm saying? And shout out Law, Rewind Law. And he kind of just, I mean, he did his thing. He practically did it in one take too. He
Yeah.
really he be one taking shit a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? And he like we kind of like what you call it like iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a competitive feel when I get around him, just friendly competition. I'm like, ah, nigga, you on this? Okay, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that came about. And then I also just like instantly knew like, okay, this song got like a championship feel to it. So we got to make the
Definitely.
video sports like, and that's how the video came about.
That's
Which
crazy.
shout out Prince Visuals. He shot Confessions and Back Together visuals. They both out right now. But I pretty much directed everything. I wrote down scripts for what I wanted, and then he, told me I could do this. I could do. He made it make sense.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a scattered thinker, so he just pieced shit together. Like, okay, I see what you're trying to do. This is how
For
we could
sure.
do that. This is how we could do this.
That's crazy. Like with the whole because to me a lot of artists do want to have a vision not just in the music
Yeah,
but in the video too, so it
yeah,
can kind of tell your story as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you don't listen to lyrics, you may think the the meaning behind it is something else, but when you see it
yeah,
with the video, it really completes that whole story. Growing Apart is probably my favorite one. I told you when you dropped it, like Growing
Damn,
Apart was
you
my
did say
favorite.
that.
Track on there. I like Never Been
That's
Perfect
real.
too. Not just
Okay.
because that's the title too,
Yeah, that's real.
but the song, I feel like that one, like even though it was your last song on the project, like I feel like it was a great closer because you mentioned a lot of things I can relate to as far as like fatherhood and
Yeah,
from a son perspective and a father perspective, like what I'm saying, it just like made me prepare for that, what I'm saying, and just people not believing in you
yeah.
and things like that. You talk about that type of stuff a lot. Like, do you feel like people are starting to believe in you now, or are you still working to get that from like that acknowledgement from your
I
peers?
feel like people starting to believe in me to an extent. They say this is something I hear about a lot. People always like, damn, you don't support nobody in the city, but y'all support such and such. Sometimes that might be true, but I view it like this. You ever like discover the artist early before they blew up?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, I was hip to such and such first. It's something about that exclusive feeling about getting hip to somebody first. When you're from the same city, it's not, I mean, it's niggas that walked the hallway with me for 4 years at high school. It's people that walked the hallway with me for like 10 years in middle school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Grade school. So they don't view me as nobody different, but like this person in Idaho might be like, I found this artist named LuckTheArtist and he crazy, but like it might be somebody in his city that's better than I am, whatever you want to say, that they ignore because they know they familiar with the person. They don't view them as a big deal because they know who they are.
Right.
It kind of changed when that person grows to be whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you used to seeing this person all the time, it ain't nobody special to you. So I don't really think it's always somebody sleeping on me. Maybe I'm not their speed. I respect that. Maybe they just more in. Maybe they, like I said, like they not viewing nobody from they're not taking nobody from the city serious because they in the city. They see them all the time.
True.
They could probably inbox me, and you know what I'm saying. They feel like it's too within reach. So that's how I view that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean, people are starting to believe in me a lot more, especially my family. I feel like I got my family's full support with this, and I never knew how they would take it because I didn't finish school. Even though like I didn't quit because I couldn't, I couldn't do it. My grades were straight when I dropped out of college. It just wasn't what I wanted to do in my life.
Same. I was gonna ask you about how your family treats your craft because I had the same thing with me. I mean, they just called me president in middle school.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to be a mechanical engineer my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask me this in the 5th grade. I knew what I wanted to be, bro.
That's what I went to school for at first.
So I wanted to be a mechanical engineer, get my degrees in that. Then I wanted to go back and then be an aerospace engineer. And I was gonna do that. I was just gonna go to school and work, like you know what I'm saying, just to be around tech my whole life. But me being in them classes, it just wasn't. It didn't feel like me. And I just got to, sit down and think about what I wanted to do, and I got into marketing. I was taking classes on marketing.
That's my second major too. Damn, that's wild.
Ain't that crazy?
I went from that to marketing
I
too.
Just felt marketing was kind of my thing, and I was like, I had to find my niche on what I could market.
Right.
And then that's when I started doing this. Just marketing y'all.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? So until this show, like you were saying, like your family support you. I don't know how my family really feel about this. I posted a lot on my social media. I stopped recently because a lot more people react to the funny stuff than when it's about my business. So I kind of
that's how it is.
Yeah, I'd rather have my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just about your family, like when you first mentioned you wanted to do music to them, how they take it? Like, what was it off the rip? They was like, oh yeah, we would it. Or they were like, you sure you want to do that? Like how was that conversation with your family?
You know what? I mean, my brother always, I've been writing rap since 4th grade. I was 10 years old. He would always discover my raps in like the black and white composition books.
So.
And like, so he been kind of knowing low key, but I don't know if he ever thought I was going to really jump out the porch and try it. But really, I was just doing it low key. Really, I didn't tell anybody because I just felt like, why seek approval when you going to do it anyways? You know what I'm saying? It was more of a, maybe I'll tell them when it starts to pick up a little bit, or maybe they'll find out on their own, which they all found out just seeing me on social media. You know what I'm saying? They all just found out on their own. And one day I was at my sister's house and what happened? Somebody brought it up, and somebody brought it up, and then she was like, so when were you gonna tell us? And I'm like, I didn't know how y'all feel, you know what I'm saying? And then my brother, my big bro, he sent me a text message like, I seen your videos and you got something special. And that was real coming from him, because not that he never believed in me doing nothing else, but like he was very go to school. You know what I'm saying? That's how we just all raised. Everybody's pro go to college, because that's all we know. We see entertainers and we think that's, I mean, we just think it's a myth, or like they was just the chosen ones that's handpicked from God. But it's a lot easier in some ways now. It's a lot harder in some ways now. But I do feel like they just seen the seriousness in what I was doing. It's one thing to just say it, but when you see it in the songs and the visuals, you know I'm serious. Even if it's not your cup of tea, you know it's like he's trying to do something with this.
Yeah.
And they just, I mean, they all support it.
See me, you know, of course I know you, from way back when,
Yeah,
school and
yeah.
things
High
like
school.
that. You know, I don't know. I don't know if you was showing, this craft then, as far as rapping a lot. You
Yeah.
used to. I always wanted to ask you about your process at school with the shoe thing.
Yeah.
Like what started that? Like what started that? And how long did you keep it going after we graduated?
I want to say it started with my brother. Music and shoes started with him, watching him. I mean, it was tradition to go to his house over the weekend, and whatever new CD was out at that time, it was playing when we got in the car. And like he was the one that put my first pair of Jordans on me. And like it just started with that. I really started, I mean, my first passion was drawing. You know what I'm saying? Like I always told myself, if I get my foot in the door with this rap thing, not to be like Kanye West, but shit, I just love fashion. I love drawing. I used to draw Jordans and cartoon characters and all that. I always been good at
Nice.
reading. I always love to read out loud in class too. And I always like writing papers. Sometimes, but like that's how rapping and all that stuff started too. But with the shoes, I still buy. I buy what I like. I don't try to buy shoes every weekend. I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. I don't buy bullshit shoes either.
Yeah.
A lot of people will buy any Jordan in any color just cause it's hot or just to wear it with one outfit. I'm not into that. I just buy what I like.
For sure. You used to you had a whole duffel bag, and
Ah,
you would
damn. Yep.
just swap. Like you
Yep.
would come and whatever pair you wasn't trying to rock, you would come in that and
Yep.
then get in the dough, and then you would just swap your shoes.
Yeah.
You
I,
know what I'm saying? And then before
uh-huh.
before the end, you swap back. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. I'm pretty sure that was just to maintain the quality. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I would get on the bus. Like, think about like right now, like a day like this, we had to still go to school, and we get on the LS bus. I had to get on the LS bus. It'd take us straight to Thurgood. And man, listen, that walk was like half a mile. I'm not wearing no shoes in this type of weather, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I wear them in the building to get my fit off. That was my thought
Yeah.
process.
For sure.
Cause I
It
don't
worked.
like creases or nothing. I don't like. People always like, damn, you spent this much on shoes, but they gonna last for 10+ years. These shoes I got on like 4 years old right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Retro 15s.
But yeah, you kept it like I'm telling you. I've watched. I pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever spoke to you about it, but
Yeah.
we saw it. Like we noticed it. Like man, he coming in, he
Yeah.
swabbing, he got
Yeah.
these nice shoes on. Like yeah, we
Appreciate
was
that.
watching. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shoot, and obviously shoes were my thing. Those are my three things. I guess you could say like sneakers slash fashion and music and shoes. I guess.
You sent you actually sent the design
Yes.
to Nike before, or was it Jordan? It was Nike, right?
Yep.
You,
Cause
you
they
sent the design
same thing for real.
to it, like you know what I'm saying. What was that like? Just for the people who don't know about that interaction you had.
So I was 11 years old in 2007. I sent some shoe designs. Me and T, my friend T, shout out T, my brother T, and we sent some shoes to Nike. We were trying to get them patented, but that was too expensive. And once again, I mean, like looking at these designs now, They weren't that great. But um, we sent them to Nike, and they sent me a letter back on August 3rd. It was ironic because I don't know when I received it, but I'm like, dang, this is 2 days before my 12th birthday. It's kind of like a gift almost. But yeah, they actually sent me a letter back. Like, at this time, we can't review it without a patent. Keep working hard. One day you'll be able to work with Nike. So Nike, I'm telling y'all, one day we gonna work. Y'all better not drop the ball, cause I will go to Yeezy and form a partnership with him too.
Nike, please don't drop the ball.
But now, I definitely wanna. That would be a dream of mine too, to be sponsored by one of these companies, or maybe even start my own. But like, to work closely with like some of the top designers, like it'll be so dope, you know. But as you can see, a lot of things that's happening now I was doing as an adolescent. So it was never me. I what do I say? I pride myself on saying I don't chase trends. It's just really who I am, like how I was born,
Facts.
how I was raised.
Facts. For sure. Yo, you collab with I mean not really collab, but you work with um Bobby Made the Beat.
Yeah. Shout out Bobby.
Was Bobby, shout out Bobby, man. Was Bobby a part of your Never Been Perfect project at all?
Not on this project. This project was really me just kind of just finding my sound, but also showing I have many sounds, you know. Can't put me into one box. Obviously, people gonna hear you. They gonna hear one song and say, "What I get a lot. I get this every time. Sound like Kanye West. You sound like Kanye West. You sound like Kanye West." And I understand. I mean, first CD I ever bought with my own money was a Kanye West CD. It was late registration in 2005. And the first beat I ever rapped to was Heard Him Say off that album. So, I mean, yeah, but what were we saying?
Talking about Bobby.
Oh, yeah. Man, I always be going all these different places. But yeah, we'll work again soon. I kind of just was on YouTube just looking for the best, just different beats, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me and Bob worked so much, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to get back to that, but I was kind of trying to see what else I could do in this specific time frame for this specific project.
So you did everything yourself from top to bottom?
Minus the beats. Yeah,
Minus
I record myself.
Yeah, like you did everything on your own.
I mixed and mastered everything on my own. Obviously, still need to practice, but as the artist, I think that's dope as hell if you do everything on your own, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it didn't come out like it was anything but good, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I appreciate that.
You probably hold yourself to a different level and tier, but just from a fan perspective, you know what I'm saying? It was great, you know what I'm saying? To me.
That's real.
Any future collabs or anybody in the city you wanna collab with in case they see this, or you plan on getting in touch with?
Man, I don't know as of right now who I want to work with, but I guess I could shout out some artists that I'm, that's really hard to me. Obviously, I think one is her name is Ryan. She's a singer. She a vocalist. I think I got a song in mind for her right now.
Okay.
So she's like she holding it down. We know the obvious tough rappers, you know what I'm saying? Like Yellow Pain, Juvie, they tough, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you got Vanna. She raw, man. Like her style is just raw and it's just so authentic. You just hear it, you know what I'm saying? She just put out a freestyle. And man, I mean, it was one of them clips where you just making a face while you listen to it. I'm like, damn, this shit's so tough. Nah, but I mean, as of right now, obviously, me and Law, I mean, we work together all the time. But I can't think of anybody else as of right now. But shout out Lyle, shout out Ken Dog. He tough.
Yeah, shout out them.
Those pretty much some of my favorites in the city.
Okay. With not just saying music, and we touched on fashion.
Yeah.
You got your own brand.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling like,
Yeah.
What was that? What was behind the creation of that, and where you plan on taking that in the years to come?
Feeling like it all started with the song, and then eventually I just kind of just was playing with logos. While I was with T, I was just playing with logos, and I just made this circular logo with the words just in a circle. And I'm like, damn, this look kind of, this look kind of sweet. So I put it on the shirt, and I put LuckTheArtist on the collar. And I thought, like, man, maybe I could sell these. And not for profit, but I look at them as promotion.
Yeah.
It's marketing. And I don't think it's like an ugly design either. I think it's something you would want to wear. But like I feel like that's how you gotta look at your merch as. But in the future, I do want it to be something that, like, I want to branch off into other fashion. Maybe it won't be called feeling like this is the infant stage of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's just something just to
Once it continue to develop, I might rebrand and change the name and really make it into like a real fashion statement. But for now, we kind of in the merch stage of it. I'm trying to see what I want to do next. With it being cold outside, I don't want to really release T-shirts.
Yeah, facts.
So, but yeah, it's basically my brand. It kind of represents me. I feel like every artist you look at, they got a brand or they got a theme, and I'm still trying to build on that. You know how you see the Bape logo, that camouflage? It ain't even got to say Bape on the shirt. The camo on it
itself.
You know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it ain't got to say Nike. You see the check on it, or you just see Just Do It, and you know what that resemble. You know what that represent. So I'm trying to get to that point one day.
Yeah, that's gonna be real nice, especially when it come to, I don't know, the fashion industry is really hard to get into.
Definitely.
And especially to be real big. I mean, as long as you got people buying every day, I feel like that's successful.
Yeah.
To me, especially if people just supporting you, you know what I'm saying? Like I would just keep it on that type of tip.
Definitely.
We talked about fashion, talked about, family recognition.
Yeah.
Your peers, who support you. Do you think the city as a whole, could you make it just by being supported by the city, or do you feel like it's necessary to leave or branch out other places to really blow in that sense?
It's a tough question. And I think it really is just something I just had to learn through trial and error. They say the biggest tool right now is the internet, And really, I'm just trying. I think my biggest room for opportunity is finding out how to market through internet. Obviously, I know how to use Google Ads a little bit. I know how to use Instagram, Facebook ads a little bit, but I'm trying to figure out, what my budget is. I mean, I guess you just gotta, I don't know. It almost feel like you just gotta keep spending for more of a chance to get discovered by more people. You can't really put a dollar amount on it.
Yeah.
But obviously, I feel like moving around. I don't know if I need to move to a certain place, because at the end of the day, you still gonna have to. If I move to Atlanta right now, unless I have just a connect in the industry that's gonna give me a fair deal, I'm gonna either sign to somebody for some bullshit and regret it once my music start to pick up, or I'm just gonna blend in, which, I don't think I sound like nobody else. But I feel like you'll just blend in because everybody's going there for the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like even if things go perfect for you, you still gonna need the internet to build your hype. So I feel like the best thing to do as an artist, like, is to maybe you should move for a change of scenery or a better chance. But I think you definitely got to be like active everywhere. You can't just pick one city and just think that city is gonna work wonders for you unless you just know people.
Right.
You know. So I think ultimately you got to be everywhere.
Yeah, I see that. It's a lot of artists who I've asked and they've said, you know, you should move, you shouldn't move. You know, me personally, you know, me with the marketing that I do,
Yeah.
I believe it is half and half with that
Uh-huh.
online presence because you
Right.
need that no matter where you at. Like you
Mhm.
said, like if nobody's discovering you and seeing you, then that don't even mean nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you said, you know, as far as like money wise and discovering and stuff like that, you know, you said on Never Been Perfect about, you know, they can look at your account and still not show your worth.
Yeah.
You know, how much would it take for you to look at your account and be like, damn, I made it. Like this what I wanted to do, this what I wanted to be, and this what I got from it.
You know, I don't think I ever reach a point to where I can feel like I made it because I've seen so many being somebody that's such a because I feel like a lot of people do this as opportunists, you know.
Right.
Especially since it's so easy these days. You can make some little bullshit jingle on TikTok and go crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not hating on that. That's genius. It's like hitting the lottery to me, being an overnight success. But I feel like a lot of people, me just watching the game closely most of my life, I done seen so many rappers come and go. It's like a cycle, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think I ever reached a point where I just sit down and be like, yeah, this is it. I feel like I'm gonna always be looking for the next thing to keep going. Even if I had a song that just blew up today, it'd be hard for me to sit and just celebrate because I'm like, okay, how do we continue this now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron don't just win. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never won a championship and then came through next season. Like, I've won enough. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep winning. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do as much as you can till you like, you know what I'm saying? Cause we still young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Relatively, like I feel old sometimes, but I'm like, bro, I'm still like in adult terms, I'm still young, you know. So I want to do as much as I can while I'm still active, while I still feel like it, you know. So I'm never satisfied. I don't want to be satisfied because when people get relaxed, that's when they start to fall off and they start to lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you know, just hearing your story, man, and everything you got going on, you know, this is just another thing, you know, just to I don't know, it's music, like I said, it's one of those things that's so difficult and rare. I mean, to really be that
Yeah,
type of person, but I mean,
for
like
sure.
you got the sound and the
Mm,
drive, man. I
that's
mean,
real. Appreciate that.
I'm trying to support it until I just can't like nothing I do
Yeah,
change what you got going on. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm gonna do what I can until you so big to where what I do don't even change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
you know what I'm
real.
saying? Like just keep keep growing, keep striving. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to give you that now. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Appreciate
just
that.
not because of who you are, who you gonna become. You know, it's just that, like, just from a fan, like, of what you're doing now. I just want to let you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You got people like who really mess with you, bro. Like
That's
for
love.
real. Like, you
That's
know what I'm
real.
saying? You know, like you plan on, dropping anything else for the remainder of the year. You know, can we get like a hand on what you're doing next year? Like what you got in play as far as like, music dropping.
Man, I want to drop something so bad, but I feel like I still need to market what I got going right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think this project, the Never Been Perfect project, was something for me to kind of just like get that get that not out of the way, but I was so eager to drop something for streaming platforms that everybody could get to, because I feel like I ain't gonna say SoundCloud dead or nothing, but like people use Apple Music and Spotify more than anything these days.
Facts.
So I just had to get that out there, get it out of my system. But I still do want to drop more. I feel like I gotta do a little more promo first. As far as next year goes, maybe between next month and maybe like the first quarter of next year, like be in the first 3 months of next year, I'm gonna drop like maybe 2 to 3 songs in like a little 2-3 pack.
Okay. Would you do
video.
like a deluxe? Would you add on to this? Would you add the previous singles?
Right now, I feel like I want to keep my projects concise. Basically, just like in a reasonable listening time. Nothing over like 25-30 minutes. Okay. So, and then I don't want to kind of drag out something that's already, I feel like it's already done. So I'd rather just drop something completely new. Even if it's just 2 to 3 songs. I thought about the deluxe, but I'm like, nah, because what I'm working on now is just a completely different sound. I don't want nothing I ever drop to sound the same, because I feel like that's just being stagnant.
Okay. I mean, hey, this was great having you up here, man. I appreciate you. Like I said at the beginning, we talked about you coming up here for months, you know what I'm saying? So, now that I got everything together, I appreciate you, adding to this
for sure
list of, people I feel like deserve everything they got coming from them, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Like anybody you want to shout out or any place they can follow you on in case they want to keep tabs on your music.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can find me at LuckTheArtist, on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LuckTheArtist. Oh, and all streaming platforms, of course. LuckTheArtist, no spaces, LuckTheArtist.
Facts, man. I appreciate you coming here, man.
Appreciate you.
For sure. Keep up the work. And
you too.
You know what I'm saying? You got it, for sure.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Ooh, Lord.
Gentlemen.
Yes, sir.